Hey gang, Niall here, and today we are going to talk about how to work around and build up weak lower back, okay? We got to be careful. I have pulled my lower back 4 times, pretty brutally a couple times, put me out for a few months. So I've been down this road. Now, if you pull your back, let's say that just happened, you want to take about 2 or 3 days where you're not actually doing gym work. So if you pull your back really well, give it a day's rest. Second day, you want to go for a short walk if possible, depending on how bad you pull it. By day 3, you definitely want to do a short walk. What's a short walk? Maybe 500 meters, nice and slow. Walking is a great way to start getting mobility into that lower back, and then just slowly take it from there. But let's say you've got a weak lower back, you've injured it before, it's susceptible to pulls, and you don't want to aggravate it. So there's a few things you can do to build it up, and a couple things you need to do when doing squats or deadlifts that will allow it to build up your lower back instead of aggravating it. Me personally, I will say this, I find now if I don't deadlift, I become susceptible to pulling my lower back. So once you're doing it right, it almost feels like a form of prehab, making sure my back's nice and strong and supported. But let's start with the start. The first thing is, in terms of ab exercises, okay, lying leg raises of any sort, flutter kicks, over-unders, anything where your legs are hovering, you want to avoid those. Sit-ups on the flip side tend to aggravate it. Now, planking, on the other hand, is like your best friend. That said, doing planks just for the sake of planks isn't going to work. When you have a lower back weakness, good form is paramount. Like doing the exercises without perfect form doesn't help you. So you have to be mentally focused and be determined to do things right. And when you do that, you're going to support your core and your lower back, and things will get better quickly. But you have to be such a perfectionist. Now I'm going to talk about how to do them perfectly. What you have to do is dig deep during the workout, and when you're tired, still do them perfectly, okay? Now perfection is what's gonna help out. So, first one, just a plank. So if you're here and you need to swap out exercises, you can pretty much pick any plank variation. But these rules still apply no matter what the variation, okay? So, if we're doing a plank, and we say this all the time, either on your hands or your elbows, you have to squeeze your abs as hard as possible and squeeze your glutes as hard as possible. You're not just holding straight. Now when you squeeze your bum as hard as possible, one of the great things that happens in terms of planking is your body's straight. You can't have your hips up here and be squeezing your bum. In order to squeeze your butt, you have to straighten that body out. So squeezing those glutes, squeezing your abs is a must. Get this, holding a plank for a minute without doing that isn't doing you much good. I would rather you hold a 5-second plank perfectly, squeezing, take a break. Then come back to it when you have the strength to do it right. That flexing of your abs and your glutes is what's going to help support your lower back. So many of us, the reason we get lower back injuries is we're trying to make our lower back do the work that our hips should be doing. So we really need to flex our glutes, turn those on, and make them work, okay? So if you're doing a plank with a leg raise, or anything like that, even though you're moving, you still need to be flexing those abs and those glutes, which is so much harder when you add those extra elements into it. You're doing plank pop-ups where you're moving up and down. Abs and glutes still got to be firing off. You don't just turn those off. So for you people trying to build up your lower back, those 2 things are paramount. Now, side planks are also a big one. If you can't do them, if you do find it a bit of a struggle, do them from your knees. And that goes for planks too. But for the side plank, just like so, up on one elbow, keep the body straight, arms straight, same thing applies. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze your abs as hard as you can. Again, if you start to falter, take a break and come back to it when you can do it right. Perfect practice makes perfect. All right, so we got planks, side planks. Another one is bird dogs. These don't look like much, But again, if you put the flexing in it and just the balancing, you get a lot of work. So, on all fours in the tabletop position, one arm goes out, opposite leg, push with the heel, so my toe's not pushing, push with the heel, and then squeeze your abs and glutes as hard as you can in that position. Bring them down, switch sides, hold it for a sec, squeeze, and you can see there's still a lot of balancing going on. Great for your lower back. But that squeezing of the abs and glutes, gotta have. And the last one before we get to squats and deadlifts, a one-legged deadlift. Great for the lower back. Very hard to put your back into a compromising position with this one. Now when you're doing this one, you can do it freestyle where you're not holding on to anything. You come down nice and slow, touch the ground, stand up. But I would suggest, again, if lower back is an issue, just touch the wall, touch something solid. Don't lean on it, but just touch it. It improves your balance tremendously, and you can focus on the movement instead of on balancing. Now, when it comes to traditional lower body exercises, like squats and deadlifts, here's the biggest deal. You have to move slow. Momentum is not your friend, okay? So for you, the rest of the class could be going ape shit bananas. You're gonna be going at your pace. Your pace. This is your exercise. This is your time. You do what you need to do. And you're gonna go super, super, super slow. When we do things fast, let's say squatting, when I'm going fast, sometimes when I'm going fast, especially with weight, I'll come down and I'll do this on the way back up. Things start to get out of place. But if I go slow and not too heavy, I can focus on doing things perfectly. That's gonna build up my lower back, my core, my glutes, and help me with my lower back weakness. So if I'm doing a deadlift, with a kettlebell, barbell, doesn't matter. My weight's way, 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 way back in my hips. See my toes? I can pull my toes up. I'm not forward. Now I can't pull my toes up. My legs aren't straight. My legs are bent. My back's not hunched. I'm sticking my hips way back so I can pull those toes up. I grab kettlebell, and it feels like I'm falling back, okay? Now, I'm gonna come up, control. From here, I'm gonna go down, nice and controlled. Zero momentum. Reaching back with my hips so that those toes can come up. That kind of slow, controlled movement, that's what's gonna help build you. Same thing on squats. Now, the other thing I would do with squats is I'd grab a box. Because box squats makes us use our hips more than our legs. When we're using our hips, we're really protecting our lower back. So, if you're gonna do a squat with a barbell, dumbbells, with a kettlebell, start by sitting on the box. Your feet should be out a little bit, right? They're not right up by the box. Grab your kettlebell, hold it tight to your chest, tuck in those elbows, stand up. Now I have to reach back, go really slow till I find that box, sit down, give my weight to the box, back up. Slow, 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 find the box, sit down. No momentum, uber control, perfect form. These things build up your back. Speed, momentum, sloppy form, those things aggravate your back. You want a powerful back? Practice perfect practice. If you watch this video and you come into class and you forget one little detail, I want you to bother us. Ask us, how do I do that perfect plank again? How should I be box squatting? Tell me again how I do the deadlift so I can be careful with my lower back. Ask us, because we want you to do it perfectly and get super strong. You got goals? We want to help you get there. Later, gang.